Psych-K is a spiritual process with psychological and physical benefits on our body. And it's a beautiful way, it's a beautiful methodology to help us to dialogue with our subconscious mind and also with another very important part of ourselves, that's our superconscious mind, that's our inner wisdom, to really download all the programs that we need to live a fully and satisfying life. So it's a methodology that teaches us how to dialogue with every level of ourselves to reach our goals, to transform our limitations, our fears, and to become who we want to become. In fact, the beauty of Psych-K is not you have to be successful. You have to be a great lover. Oh, I will teach you how to be successful, how to be that, how to be that. No. With Psych-K, you learn how to be who you want to be. Then the field is yours. So in few words, I was thinking about a different and easy way to define Psych-K. It's like having three different people within us. It's three very different people that finally are one. One person is the one who sets goals. Okay, what we want, what we need. For example, I want a beautiful relationship. I want to have a successful job. I want to be healthy. I want to be connected with my spirit, for example. Perfect. This person is the one who is able to set the goal, sets the goal and is within us. Then there is another person. This other person, that's always us, is the one that is able to see the big picture, because the one who sets the goals, is able to only see the details. The other one is able to see the big picture and is the one who has the wisdom, who knows if what we want, what the other person wants is safe and appropriate for us and for all the people in our environment. And then there is the third person. The third person is the one that installs the program that finally we follow in our life. If we live in conflict or in peace, if we are in struggle or success, if we decide to hate or love, to live in health or sickness. And the beauty is that with Psych-K, we're able to have these three beings inside ourselves to collaborate together, because the one that sets the goals is the conscious mind. The one who is wise is in Psych-K defined as the superconscious mind, is our wisdom, is our higher self, whatever we want to define it. It's our inner knowledge, is intuition. We all have different definitions. And the third person is the subconscious mind, is the one who receives the information and just executes. It doesn't think or judge. The person who judge inside ourselves is the conscious mind. The problem with our society is that society tells us you can do everything with your conscious mind. With the person who knows where to go, what do you want, what do you need, and if this person is strong enough, you will get to this goal. No, unfortunately not, because this person is really important to set the goals, but this person, that's the conscious mind, is only 3 to 5% of the mind. The 95%, remaining 95%, is the executor, is the subconscious mind, is the one that is able to install the programs. And then even bigger than that it's outside space and time, is our superconscious mind, is our inner wisdom. So if we pretend or try to reach our goals, to transform our limitations, to transform the perception of events that maybe have ruined our life, just using the conscious mind, is really, 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 really difficult. Only a very small percentage with a very strong will are able to do that. Remaining, let's say 98, 99% of the population is just not able to do that. Otherwise, we would be all successful, happy, healthy. Okay, I just think, oh, I'm happy. Oh, why I'm not happy? Oh, I need to think, just think and want to be healthy. Oh, so why I'm not healthy? Oh, I want to be abundant and rich. Oh, so why I'm not? Because it's just a conscious mind. So once with Psychk, that's the secret sauce of this beautiful methodology. First, you have person number one and number two to dialogue together. So person number one, conscious mind, decides the goal. I want to have a beautiful relationship. I want to have a peaceful job. I want to live in abundance. I want to be connected with my spirit. Perfect. All beautiful goals. Then this goal is discussed and checked with a second person, that's a super conscious mind, the inner wisdom, who sees the big picture, because we might sometimes want something without considering all the effect of this desire in our life and in the life of the people around us. So even if we think small picture, sometimes what we think is very beneficial can be on a long term a disaster. And if the conscious mind, person number one, discuss with the superconscious mind, person number two, and they check together, is this goal really beneficial for you and for all the people around you? If yes, it's the moment to install the new program, thanks to the person number three, that's the subconscious mind. Basically, this is what Psychk does in a very simple way. And AJ, we had a very kind of introductory session just to have you taste it, and you have seen how the Psychk processes that are called balance are fast, easy, and very powerful, because when we are able to have the three levels of the mind, conscious, subconscious, and superconscious, to connect together, to collaborate, to download the beautiful program in our system, and then to live our life according to the system, beautiful relationship, success, health, whatever we want, our life changes. And this is also due to a state that is reached in each Psychk process. Again, it's called balance. That's called whole brain state. Because in each Psychk process, we are able to reach a whole brain state that allows the three levels of the mind to easily and in a very efficient way to download the new program. So to move from sadness to happiness, from scarcity to abundance, from lack of health to health, from disconnection from our spirit to connection to our spirit. And so that's in, I know it's not few words, but I was thinking that this could be a kind of easy and also a little bit fun way to describe what happens during the Psychk process. Because AJ, there are so many, I don't know if you agree with that, there are so many beautiful inspiration. We hear beautiful podcasts. We go to conferences. We read beautiful books. We watch a movie that's an inspiration. And we feel so good after reading, after listening to wise people, after watching a beautiful film, like a movie, like I've watched, I think 35 times the Matrix, for example. Okay. For me, it's a must. Okay. Every time I watch it, I learn something new. But if we limit our experience to just listening, to just be excited by the news, this excitement after a few hours goes down, because it's just a conscious information that we receive. And if it's just conscious, it's not installed in our subconscious. So with Psychk, we are able to get the powerful information that we get from listening a beautiful podcast like the ones that you do, or going to watch a beautiful movie, or to listen to a beautiful conference about, for example, epigenetic with Bruce Lipton, because I knew Psychk thanks to Bruce Lipton, and how to live the honeymoon effect. Or we go and listen a beautiful, powerful personality who talks about success and to be abundant with ourselves and others. But then the difference when we have Psychk is perfect. I got this information, this information, this information, this information. I want all these programs in my subconscious mind so that I will activate and I will live, I will put into actions this program. I will not just stay consciously with this program, never putting them into action. That's the big difference. Once you have this tool, you can do everything and be whoever or whatever you want to be, and not what society tells you what you should be. That's the drama, okay? Oh, you should be successful, you should be beautiful, you should be skinny, oh, you should be condescendent, you should love everybody. Yeah, but life is also struggle, okay? It's normal. We go through difficulties. And having a tool that helps us, okay, I'm going through this difficulty. What can I do? What do I want instead? What's the message that it's in this difficulty? Because another beautiful thing in Psychk is that we move from being victim to take responsibility for our life. That's why Psychk is not for everybody. Because for the ones who are used to stay in the victim modality and really do not want to take responsibility for their life, they will not even see Psychk in their life. Because when you know Psychk, you need to take care, you need to be responsible for your life. Because, okay, I've met this person, I've had this conflict, this accident occurred, or I have this terrible experience with my health, with my relationship, with my job. Okay, with Psychk, you move from, oh, poor me, I'm such an unfortunate person, to, okay, what's the message here? What do I need to learn from this difficulty? Why am I co-creating this reality? And then once you're able to do that, you really have your life in your hands. And you start to dance with life, because you start to be more and more connected with your spirit. I know that you, like me, you're so passionate about your connection with your spirit, soul, whatever we want to call it. Okay, it's not a question of religion; it's a question to our essence. Okay, and the more we are connected to our inner wisdom, to our spirit, to our to our higher self, the easier our life is, even if sometimes it takes a lot of courage. Because when we are connected, when we work with intuition, sometimes we receive information that are not the ones that our conscious mind would like to do, would like to have. For example, I am in a difficult relationship, and my idea consciously is I have to fix it because I want to stay with this person all my life. But then maybe you connect to your inner wisdom, and your wisdom tells you this is not your person. And if you keep forcing this relationship, you are not allowing this person to find their twin soul, and you're not allowing yourself to find this twin soul. So for you, actually, the final decision is to break this relationship, is to stop this relationship. But we hate this news. Okay? We hate this news. We don't want that. Oh, you have to change your job. You have to tell your mother or your father this very uncomfortable thing if you really want to be free. These are the kind of messages and information that we start to receive sometimes when we are in connection with our spirit. And not many people are so looking forward to, do I really have to do that? Cannot just keep doing my life? as it is, even if it's painful, even if I don't like my life, at least I know how my life is. And if I change, I don't know where to go. But I can tell you, AJ, that the more we are able to connect with our inner wisdom, and the more we listen to this part of us, because it's us, definitely, it's another level of us, the easier our life is, the easier. Because it's like being in a sailing boat, and the wind is the inner wisdom, and it's just to, okay, I wet my finger, okay, where the wind is going, let's turn and let's flow to life instead of forcing life. The Psychk session, first of all, it's really important to clarify that Psychk is not a substitute of any medical or psychological treatment. It's a beautiful complement to it. So it's not a substitute of psychology, analysis, medical doctor, but it could be such a beautiful, powerful complement to all these beautiful other therapies and approaches. Because Psychk is strictly limited to subconscious belief change, okay? And for this reason, the Psychk session, like you said, is really efficient and really fast, okay? The Psychk session is mainly done in 4 steps, okay? When someone can ask us for a session to a Psychk facilitator, the facilitator, first of all, will ask, okay, what's your problem? For example, what do you want to solve? Or what's your goal? Because Psychk can be used for solving problems. But if you do not have a problem to solve, but if you have a big, beautiful goal you want to reach, like create a new project or moving somewhere else, so it's a creation. Psychk can be beautiful also for that. So you ask, what's the problem or what's your goal? Then the Psychk facilitator, through questions, helps you to find in a very easy way the limiting beliefs that are not allowing you, limiting subconscious beliefs that are not allowing you to solve the problem or to reach your goal. For example, one practical example, I think examples are really important. A few years ago, I did a session with an entrepreneur, okay, who was already very successful. He has a net worth yearly net worth of about $1 million. He had 5 employees, but he said, I really want to expand. Okay, I would like to move from $1 million to $10 million, also to hire more people and to be more successful. Perfect. I asked him one kind of key questions. That was a kind of secondary gain question. Secondary gain is an advantage in keeping the problem or not reaching the goal. So I asked him, what will you lose once you will have reached that success? And he said, oh, wow, I will lose my privacy. I will lose time with my family, and I will lose control. Because if I would be successful at that level, I would become very public, and not keeping my privacy is not safe for me, because people will we start to chase me for money, and my family will not be safe because maybe some not honest people will come to my house, and then I'm a control freak. I will never be able to control all these new people that I will hire, and I will have to live in my where I'm working. So I will lose time with my family, and I will lose my family. And these were all reasons why he was not allowing himself to reach this goal. And then the beauty of this question is that the answer is just a belief. I believe that if I am successful, I will lose my privacy. I believe that if I am that successful, I will lose my family. I believe that if I'm that successful, I will lose control and safety. Perfect. What do you want to believe instead? Oh, that being successful at that level gives me even more privacy. That being successful at that level allows me to spend more time with my family. That's actually possible because you have more money. You can pay people to do the job that you are doing now and to spend more time. And he was able, oh my God, it's so true. Because if I have that income, I can allow myself to just work 3 days per week, or maybe every morning, but every afternoon I'm at home. So to open new possibilities, but not only consciously, at the subconscious level. And we use Psychk to install these new programs that facilitated and promoted the success. And he was really desperate because no matter what he did before the session, nothing worked. Why? Because his subconscious mind was not allowing him to reach the goal, because he believed subconsciously that reaching the goal was dangerous. I will lose privacy, I will lose my family, I will lose control, I will lose safety. And safety, family, control are all more important, especially at the subconscious level, than being successful. Because privacy, family, safety are related to life and death. Being more successful is more a kind of conscious, oh, I want more money, I want more success. But when we have something that threatens our life, our subconscious mind protects us. Okay? So this is one question that sometimes I ask. Okay, what will you lose once you have reached the goal? Or what will you lose once you have solved the problem? And sometimes the answer is pretty shocking. Then there are other questions that I ask, like, what do you want instead? Or when did this condition, this problem start? Maybe there is a stressful or traumatic event that triggered the condition. And with Psychk, we can transform the perception of the event so we stop giving power to that event. For example, okay, when did this problem start? Oh, 10 years ago. Okay, anything happened 10 years ago? Oh my God, yes, I divorced and my wife took all my money and I never recovered from that. I'm so angry. I'm furious. I'm living still with my parents, creating so many conflicts. Perfect. There, we use Psychk to be at peace, to transform everything that's still active about the traumatic event, about all the power that we give to the event or to the person that we were engaged with. These are just examples, okay? So once we define, so for point number one, what's the problem? Point number two, let's find the limiting beliefs that are not allowing you to solve the problem or to reach your goal. Step three, let's do the Psychk process that's called balance. Then we go back. Okay, how are you about the problem now? You see, I start to feel better, but there's still something. Perfect. I ask another question and we do another Psychk balance. Then we go back. How are you now? Oh, wow, much better. And there's still something. Perfect. I ask another question, we do another balance. And then, okay, how are you now? Wow. Oh my God, I feel so much better now. Perfect. And the session closes with what's called action step. The action step is really important because Psychk is also defined as practical mysticism. Perfect. What does it mean? You collaborate with your wisdom. You download in your subconscious mind the information that you got through also your wisdom and through your conscious mind and through your superconscious mind. But then you need to take action. Because the Psychk process is about installing new programs in the subconscious mind. So a lot of potential, like installing applications in our phone. Okay? So we can install a lot of applications, but if we do not click on them and we use them, what's the purpose of installing the application? We need to use them. So we do, after we have done 2, 3, 4 Psychk balances, it's time to find an action to activate in our 3-dimensional life the new program. For example, perfect. How do you feel about the example about 10 years ago and the divorce? One action step could be, how do you feel about calling your ex-wife and telling her, I'm sorry, I have been so angry with you. I understand that I have my part and I forgive you. This is an action step. Or if for example, because this happened, I did a session with a woman who had a phobia about flying, taking flights. Okay, we transformed the phobia. We checked which were the messages behind that. It was a family situation, and then her action step was perfect. In 3 weeks, so tomorrow we book the flight. In 3 weeks, I will take the flight. Okay, you need to see the beautiful results of the Psychk transformation in your life. Otherwise, it remains in your system. You feel better because after the session, you feel better. But then it's just a feeling, and it's not enough. We need to put action. We need to live. We need to experience. We are spiritual being having a human experience. I strongly believe that. Okay, we are not just human beings living in this field and just here for eating, having sex, and making money. Okay, I believe that we are spiritual being having a human experience. So spiritual beings, we have wisdom, we can contact this wisdom, we can download this wisdom in our subconscious, but then the human experience is important. Otherwise, we would not have this three-dimensional body. We would not interact with three-dimensional objects. We would not interact with other people. That's why we need to put into action to see how powerful is the change that we have done through the Psychk balances. Otherwise, it stays just within us. Okay, yeah, I feel better. I feel better. Yeah, but how do you know if you have changed? You need to put yourself in the game of life. And the beauty is that the more you take action, the more you change, the more brave you are, the more life gives you gives you gifts. Because really the brave ones are the ones that the universe watches and says, okay, this person is brave enough to see his or her demons, limitations, and to just not tell themselves the story, oh, I'm a good guy, I'm a good girl, I am okay with that. No, there are so many things that we need to change if we want to be happy, healthy. And for me, this is me, AJ, for me, peaceful is the number one. To live in a state of peace and non-attachment is way beyond being happy, is way beyond being excited. For me, inner peace is the most important thing. When we are able to live in this state of peace, of neutrality, that many people are scared of. Okay, oh no, my God, I'm neutral. No, neutral means that I'm not happy or not sad, the emotional roller coaster. No, the more peaceful we are, the less we need this roller coaster of emotions, and the more we are able to live in the present and to see how life is magnificent. Because when we are dependent, when you are addicted to emotions, we lose so much information. I personally now, because I travel a lot to teach all the Psychk workshops, I offer only online sessions, but there are facilitators that you can find on the official Psychk website at psychk.com who offer in-person, phone, and in-person sessions. Then there are the Psychk workshops. And these are two very different things. So if, for example, someone who is listening to this podcast is curious about Psychk and wants to solve a problem or reach a goal, oh, I want to try it, I want to experience it, I believe that the session could be a very beautiful way to see if Psychk is the best tool. Because I believe nothing works for everybody. That's why there are so many beautiful different methodologies. For me, Psychk is the number one, is the top. It works for me. It works for all the ones I am doing session with. But we are 8 billions on this earth, okay? So there are people who will never meet Psychk in their life, and that's perfect. Maybe they do other things. What's important is that you have the chance to change and to be the better version of yourself. So for the ones who resonate with Psychk, and maybe with something that I've shared during this podcast, maybe having the session could be a beautiful way to experience Psychk. If you are even more curious and you think, oh, wow, I would love to have this methodology in my hands and to be able to change everything I need to change anytime, anywhere, and not to wait for a session, the workshops are the best way point, okay? Why? Because you become self-sufficient. And there are different workshops in Psychk. There are the in-person workshops, if you can travel, and if you're okay to be in a kind of group environment. They all kind of limited numbers. You will never find a Psychk workshop with 200, 300, 400 people, because you will always be with your instructors, and you will be always engaged with your instructor on a personal level, okay? So it's always a limited number for the workshop to deliver the methodology in the best possible way. There are in-person or online. Online, if you cannot travel, if you prefer the online environment, and the online is especially because there is the 2 workshops online, and you can see on psychk.com all the different workshops. I don't want to overload with the information, but there are different levels, because there are just the starting point is the basic workshop, if you want to attend the in-person workshop, or the online workshop, online level 1 workshop, if you want to learn online. From the basis, that's not the basis, because many people already, oh my God, they attend the basic, they attend the online, they start to use it every single day, and maybe it's all they need. But if you feel passionate about Psychk, you want to know more, then there are other workshops like the advanced workshop, master facilitation workshop, the health and well-being workshop. That's the one that I teach worldwide, because my background is health. I'm an osteopath originally, so I'm passionate about health and the impact of the subconscious mind and the superconscious mind in our health. So everything about epigenetic, the placebo effect, the nocebo effect, that's the workshop that I mainly teach worldwide. But there are amazing instructors worldwide in every continent that we teach in so many languages, okay, worldwide. So if you are interested, my suggestion, go to psychk.com and check the different workshops, what you will learn in each workshop, where they are available, if in your country, if close by you, and instructors will be happy, because there are the contacts of each instructor, and they will be happy to answer all your questions about Psychk and how to solve your problems or to reach your goals. If you go on psychk.com, you will find a list that's called preferred facilitator list. And there are Psychk preferred facilitators worldwide, and they apply very different. So you can find prices that go from $100, okay, to, I don't know, $470, $500, okay? Also, the duration can change, the experience for sure change, is the value, okay, this facilitator is working since 1 year, since 20 years, okay? They offer also packets, but you can find already great facilitators on psychk.com, starting for 100, 120 for one session. And sometimes for some situations, you just need one session. For others, maybe 2 or 3, but it's not that you need to, every week for all my life, for 1 year, for 2 years, I have to do a Psychk session. No, it doesn't work in this way. Usually, you do a session with a Psychk facilitator, and the Psychk facilitator will tell you, okay, please let me know in 1 or 2 weeks how things are going. And then you will let me know if you need to do another session or if you feel okay with that. Okay. So it's not let's book. Then there are some beautiful Psychk facilitators who offer packets. Okay. For example, you buy 5 packets packets of 3-5 sessions. And maybe the person wants to not touch only one subject, but more than one subject. Oh, yes, I would love to work with my relationship and my job, or my relationship and my health and well-being, so for example. And then you can use the sessions for whatever you want. So to go to the official Psychk website, that's www.psychk.com. I don't know if you can then, if you will put perfect the link, psychk.com, and then you will find a lot, so many information, okay? How many workshops, what kind of workshops, what will you learn in every workshop, where are the workshops in the world. Also, if you are interested in the sessions, you will find the preferred facilitator list, and then you can select by country, by experience. You can check if you want to do a Psychk online session, a phone session, in-person session. So if you go to psychk.com, it's the best place where to look for information. Also, for example, price, perfect. Maybe you find a very good facilitator nearby you for an in-person session. You find the email and you ask, okay, how much is a session, or how much is 2 or 3 sessions? And also the duration changes. For example, I usually do sessions. I do a limited number of sessions because I teach a lot and I help the originator of Psychk, Rob Williams, in managing the organization. So I have a little time left also for other things. So I do few sessions, and all my sessions are, for example, 90-minute sessions. My wife, she's a psychologist and a Psychk facilitator as well. And she offers 30-minute sessions, but only for the ones who already know Psychk, then 60-minute session and 90-minute session. Okay, so depending on, okay, I want to have a 90-minute session because I have a couple of things really important that I want to go through, and maybe 90 minutes is the best.